Have you ever been puzzled by how variadic functions work in C? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of type promotion in variadic parameters. I know how confusing it can be when you're trying to understand how different data types are treated in variadic functions. Many developers have faced this challenge, and it's completely normal to have questions. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. A user asked, when a variable argument function is called in C, how are integer and floating point parameters promoted? This is a great question that many programmers wonder about. To understand this, we need to look at default argument promotions. In C, when you call a variadic function, types like char and short are promoted to int, while float is promoted to double. This is crucial for how the function processes these arguments. Stay with me, because at the end, I'll share some insights on what happens with larger types like long int and long double in variadic functions. To understand type promotion in variadic functions, the user should first recognize that when calling such functions, certain types are promoted. Specifically, types like char and short are promoted to int. Next, when the user passes a long int to a variadic function like printf with the format specifier sent LLD, it is important to note that this type is not promoted. Instead, it is passed as is. Similarly, when the user passes a long double to printf using the format specifier sent LF, this type also remains unchanged and is not subject to promotion. The user should also consider the architecture of the machine. On a 32-bit machine, int is typically 4 bytes, while on a 64-bit machine, it remains the same. However, the size of long and long can differ. Finally, the user should remember that in smaller architectures, such as 8-bit or 16-bit systems, the size of int may vary. This could affect how types are promoted and passed in variadic functions. Fun fact: did you know that the C programming language was developed in the early 1970s? It's amazing how far we've come in programming since then. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user clarifies that the size of an int in C is not guaranteed to be 4 bytes on 32-bit machines or 8 bytes on 64-bit machines. Instead, C only requires that an int must be at least 2 bytes. The common convention is that 16-bit and 8-bit systems use 16-bit ints, while most others use 32-bit ints. They also explain that when passing a long int to a variadic function like printf with the LLD format, no promotion occurs since long int is not one of the smaller types. Only small integer types and floats are promoted according to the default argument promotions defined in the C standard. That's it for that response. Let's explore another one. In this alternative approach, the user explains that when passing a long int to a variadic function like printf with the sent LD format, nothing happens in terms of promotion. The long int is passed as is, without any changes, because it is at least the same size as an int. The same principle applies to long double variables as well. Here's a takeaway. Remember that only smaller types like char and short are promoted to int. This understanding can save you from unexpected behavior in your code. And there you have it. Now you have a better understanding of type promotion in variadic parameters in C. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more programming insights and tips.